Looks like it's kind of getting started. Yeah. All right. Hey everybody. Just an impromptu live stream, just for fun. I don't know how audio is going to sound. I don't have the wireless mic hooked up right now. That microphone, I bought a new replacement for the one that I had, and it was DOA, so I've got to get a new battery for it. But yeah, I just got to try to get through the holidays. Right now, I'm doing, you guys can kind of see, I've got the CNC mill going. I had an emergency project come in. It's Christmas Eve. What time is it here? 2:25 in the afternoon here on the East Coast. So, yeah, good times. Anyways, yeah, so I just thought I'd have you guys join me. I just ran a quick test to make sure that everything was working the way I would expect it to. And that went perfectly fine. I used this, I got some stainless here, and my engraver, it just barely scratches the surface of the stainless. The stainless is pretty tough. Most times what I do is I throw some Dicom on there, and then I can do it, light, sandpaper on it, and go again. So this is really, really tough material. What we're using is actually brass. So let's see. First thing I need to do, I'm actually going to reset the whole. I'm going to reset the whole system just to make sure that everything is okay. So that's off. The other thing that I ended up doing, I don't know how you can hear, I hope audio is okay. So the other thing that I ended up doing with all this is I've been using Mach 4 for the mill since I got it started. And it was working pretty well. Right up to the point that I tried to adjust backlash. I could not turn on backlash compensation to save my life. And we're talking about a couple of thousands. It wasn't like it was a whole lot here, 2,000s on the X, or yeah, 4,000s on the X, 2,000s on the Y, and half a thousand on the Z, right? Not a lot, really. I put I'd set it in the axes, for backlash compensation, and it basically just flipped me off. Apologies, I'm still kind of sick. So after fighting with it for hours and hours, I said, heck with it. I swapped hard drives out of the machine. I put LinuxCNC on there, which is the core of what PathPilot is anyways, right? And I got that configured. It took me the better part of probably close to 7 hours or so of tinkering around with it to get things right. But tell you what, the machine is running better now than it ever has. In fact, let's take a look. So, e-stop off, machine power on, power to the system on. Let me just get it home real quick and I'll show you what it means. Let's do that a little bit. Okay, so the fastest I was ever able to run this thing before was about 20 inches a minute, and even that was throwing things off a little bit, especially because I was getting some backlash in there. With LinuxCNC, it was a whole lot easier to get it tuned, get it working right. So I mean that's 120 inches a minute. I mean, I'm happy, right? Now, I can't cut it 120 inches a minute for stuff, but the engraving that I've got to do is at 40 inches a minute. I tell you what, it's blasting right through it. You can probably see I got my engraver in here. It's a drag tip engraver. It's a TTS style, the Tormach Famine engraver, and it's been working great. So yeah, let's just get everything cleared out from last time. So we do MDI mode. We're going to clear everything out, so we're Everything is zeroed, right? You know what? There we go. All right, so we got our work coordinate systems talking to one another. That was what was throwing me off before. I guess Mach 4 allowed me to really fake it quite a bit more. LinuxCNC is requiring me to be a bit more professional with how I do this stuff. Okay, so I was actually working on this one. I got all the way to the end, and for whatever reason, something screwed up on me, and the tool did not come back up. I was not happy, let me tell you, to get all the way to the end of the engraving. But since it's going on the building, let's flip it over, do it again. So let's see. I just need to mark my 0 points here. So the material I have is bigger than the work envelope that I've got to work with. Which does make things a little more complicated. But frankly, as long as I've got a good, so I had to use Infusion. I had to actually go in and set up an alternate work coordinate system so I could figure out where to actually zero in on. And so what I do is I basically just bring the engraver down to that point, and touch off there as my XY0 for my G54, and then I'm in good shape. So, right. So basically, you open the file. Okay, so that's there. Let me, sorry, the computer's way over here. I don't know if anybody's actually on. Okay, nobody's on. Okay, that's fine too. Let's refocus. All right. Sorry for the poor view, folks. All right. So. Figures. So the issue with this one is that I need to use every single available bit of travel I have. What I have learned about this particular mill is I'm probably going to have a whole hell of a lot of travel. In fact, I've got 3.5 inches in the Y direction and 8.7 in X. It's not a whole lot. Nice job. Nice job. to clamp down. It doesn't have to be terribly rigid because it's just drag engraving, right? I just want to make sure that I'm on the right spot. Looks pretty good. Go ahead and touch off our Z axis here. Here's our Z. Touch off. Coordinate system P1, G4. Okay. So, in theory now, we press play and it works. Wish me luck. Last check. That's fine. Turn that up a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. Let's take a look on the screen here. We've got plenty of space X to Y for clearance. We're not going to crash into our clamps. We're ready to go. Let's do this. All right, looks good. So it looks like it's working okay, guys. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay between the video and audio and when I see this stuff on the screen. And I'm having to go back and forth between stuff, so hang on. Can I bring us to the action? Patrick, let me see if I can do a little trick for you. I heard that this will work. Actually, you know what? Patrick, I've got, I'm kind of in a bind on this one because one of the person that I'm making this for could possibly see this recording. As much as I'd like to get you closer to what it's doing, I'm afraid that knowing this person, they would actually tune in. If you don't mind, I'm going to keep it a little further away for today. I fully intend to do a whole lot more of this and get you closer to it because now that I've got a machine over here that's working, and I'll do more with this as we get a little bit closer or a little further along. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that I can do that today. I'm sorry. There is a trick I've learned about this. You can use Google Hangouts, and you can use a mobile device or whatever to give you a second camera angle. And so I might actually, put one like here, aiming down, or this other side, or something along those lines. Moving forward, I've got spare devices, so I'll be able to keep some of the, like an old iPhone or something like that can be permanently mounted over there and use that. So the time here, it is almost 3 p.m. Adrian, where are you in Australia? So you're somewhere between 12 and 15 hours ahead of us. So either way, it is early in the morning. I have friends in Perth and Melbourne, actually in Adelaide as well. So I kind of know my my time zones there a little bit. 6:15. 6:15. Wait, are you in Australia? Or? I thought the most you were 15 hours ahead, which would put it 5:45. There's a half hour. Wow, it's a time zone I don't know. Are you in Australia? I'm trying to think about my geography. I don't want to mess this one up, and I definitely don't want to insult you. I'm thinking about what would be half hour. Patrick's in Germany. Excellent. Time for a beer. You know what? It was time for a beer about 4 hours ago, let me tell you. All right, 30,000 lines of code down. My apologies, I'm still getting over a cold. Okay. Adelaide with daylight savings time. 6:15. Is that right? I thought Adelaide would be 13 hours. I don't know. I'm wrong. Obviously, you're the one there, not me. Hey, wave. We're live streaming to Australia and Germany. So say hi. I'm not kidding. Hi. Merry Christmas. It's unseasonably warm here right now. I know Southern Hemisphere, it's summertime. It feels like summertime here. I actually put another air conditioner on in the shop. I'm so sorry that I couldn't bring you in closer for this this part of it. I need to work on that part. Okay, well you guys keep watching that. Make sure nothing happens. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back. Did you see 40s today before I leave? Wow, it's a hot one there. Yeah, we're I'm doing my math right. We're about 24? 24, 25 degrees? I have to check. It's almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit here. I'm trying to remember. I don't do the conversion as quickly as I used to. I grew up right on the border of Canada, so I always saw the temperatures in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. But either way, it's not snow, which is what we would expect. Trying to keep track of the chat and what was happening. Make sure this is going okay. I'm spread out today. I think what I have to do is bring my laptop in here and start using my laptop for some of this stuff. So I don't know if you guys were watching when I first talked about it, but using the system is a all right, here's where it messed up last time. It's working. Good. Okay. So yeah, I had to make some rather large changes. Yeah, I had to make some rather large changes to the system this time around. I've been running Mach 4 previously, and Mach 4's backlash compensation was not working properly, and so I made the switch to LinuxCNC, and you know, it took me the better part of a day of playing around with it to figure everything out, but it seems to be working very well. In fact, it's the best this has ever worked for me. Apparently I had something in here twice. So I'm glad I stayed in here and caught that, because we potentially had a real issue. It went back and it was about to recut the last two, the graphics, the last two operations that it did. For whatever reason, I did it as a pattern, but I'm wondering if either I had some stale code left in the system, or maybe I have it selected twice. Because I did one and then I had that as a pattern so that it does the second one. But it looks like success. All right. What I will do, since some of you wanted to see this, let's see. We'll fake it out a little bit, just in case this person is actually watching. Okay. So, anyways, we got some engraving done in here, and it came out pretty well. There's a very light burr, but it's not bad, and so it worked out well. I think we'll get this. I got to drill the holes, get it buffed up, and I don't know if you guys could actually see it or not. I do apologize, but yeah, next time around I'll set it up so that the camera is actually close. Is it cutting or doing a dry run? It was actually doing the real cut there, Adrian. I did it. So you guys may have joined a little bit late, or later. I'm sorry. So what I do, I've got this hunk of stainless, very, very hard, and the engraver. I mean, it does actually cut into it a little bit, but on the settings that I'm doing, it's basically just scratching the surface a little bit. So what I normally do is I put some Zelickman on there, and then I go ahead and I can do my test on this a light dusting with some sandpaper or some Scotch Brite, and everything is gone. You can't even see it. So it's a nice way for me to do my dry runs, make sure that everything is working properly, that I'm getting my depths and everything right. And then when I get into stuff like aluminum or brass, which is a much softer material, it actually cuts. Yeah, that was the real thing. You guys actually watched it happen. Yeah, I think we're back. Try and see. Is it showing up now? I don't know if it's working for you guys yet. I don't know what just happened. It kicked offline for a minute, and then it showed YouTube's interface was like offline, hey, and hey, your recording will show up soon, and it's like, wait a minute, I didn't press anything. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Okay, so this worked. It's Christmas Eve. I'm not feeling all that great. I need to get cleaned up and shower and all that good stuff. I think I'm going to call this one a wrap. This was more just kind of playing around, and I thought I'd bring everybody in for the show. But thanks for joining today. I'll try and do more of these on a regular basis. I'm still working out audio issues. I got a new wireless microphone, and the one that came in was DOA. Its battery isn't charging, so it worked for a little while. Now it won't take charge. I'm really getting kind of frustrated with some of this stuff. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Adrian, you're already enjoying Christmas morning, and enjoy it, and I will talk to you again soon.